Every family has a story, every story has a past, but some stories almost fade away entirely. Today, we're uncovering one of those stories, the life of John Nickell, an American forefather whose journey from Ireland to the New World has nearly been forgotten. We're diving into his life, his struggles, and the legacy he left behind, a story that truly deserves to be remembered. Hello, y'all, my name is Jake, and welcome to Echoes of Us. Let's get started. And please don't forget to like, subscribe for more historical discoveries and untold tales from the past. John Isaac Nickell was born sometime between 1720 and 1728 in County Tyrone, Ulster, Ireland, near the town of Gordon, where, even as 100 years ago, families with the Nickell name still lived. Little is known about his early years, but sometime in the 1730s he left Ireland behind and immigrated to America. Like many young Irish immigrants of his time, John likely paid for his passage by serving as an indentured servant. After fulfilling his term, he arrived in Staunton, Augusta County, Virginia, where he began building a new life. In 1738, he married Mary Sarah Lewis, and together they had 5 children: John Jr., Thomas, Elizabeth, Joseph, and Isaac. Between 1749 and 1751, John purchased a 400-acre tract of land on Moffat's Branch along the middle river of the Shenandoah Valley in Augusta County, Virginia. Sadly, in 1755, Mary passed away at just 35 years old. The sources aren't clear about the cause. That same year, John remarried Barbara McComb, and they went on to have 3 more children: Susanna, Robert, and Andrew. John worked his land as a farmer, like most frontiermen of his era, but his life would soon be pulled towards conflict. In 1758, John's name appeared on a muster roll at Fort Necessity, placing him in the time frame of the Forbes expedition, the British campaign to retake Fort Duquesne from the French and their native allies. Led by Brigadier General John Forbes, the expedition consisted of about 6,000 men, including a contingent of Virginians commanded by none other than George Washington. John Nickell was likely among them. The campaign struggled early on, as much of the summer was spent cutting a road through the dense wilderness and building fortified supply depots. The army didn't come within striking distance of Fort Duquesne until September of 1758. A reconnaissance force under Major James Grant was defeated when Grant attempted to take the fort instead of simply scouting it. Despite the setbacks, British actions eventually cut one of the French supply lines, forcing them into a desperate attack on a British outpost, which had failed miserably. Following the Treaty of Easton on October 26, the French lost the support of their Delaware, Mingo, and Shawnee allies. Without native support, Fort Duquesne became impossible to hold. As the British advanced in mid-November, the French abandoned and blew up the fort. On November 24th, 3 scout units led by Captain Hugh Waddell entered the ruins under orders from George Washington. After the campaign, John almost certainly returned home to his Augusta County plantation, where his wife and children were eagerly waiting. In the years that followed, sometime before his passing, he outlined in his will that his son John Nickell Jr. would inherit the majority of the family land. Eventually, all of his children moved westward, settling along the Greenbrier River, then the westernmost frontier of the American colonies. John Isaac Nickell passed away on August 24, 1774, and was laid to rest in Augusta County. His life was one of hard work, risk, and resilience. But the story of the Nickell family doesn't end there. All 6 of John's sons went on to serve in the American Revolution, but that is a story for another day. Join us next time as we dive into the life of one of those sons, Joseph Nickell, and explore his role in the fight for independence. Thank you all for stopping by. Until next time.